the bed, it has to be touching the bed. So you want it touching the bed to ground that out, because essentially what it's doing is it's converting these waveforms into something that are unpolarizing, that our bodies accept. And when you bring more of the grounding bags into your environment, you create more of a coherence. So we just start with clearing a bed or a desk or a car seat with at least one. And then to clear 2,000 square feet of a home, we require 5 grounding bags together on the floor of your home, centrally located, and that will create that coherence in your space. Because every one of us can pick up at least 20 some signals of neighbors, right? Even if our home's hardwired, and then we're all using cell phones at this day and age. So that'll create the coherence. You want 7 grounding bags together if you have solar in your home. So you want 7 grounding bags together behind the driver's seat if you have an electric car.
So electric cars is like obviously the rage, but they are really scary, right? I mean, do you think that they're scary? To me, if you've got to have 7 in a small car to keep you safe from the EMFs, that is just like over the top electricity, EMF exposure, scary stuff.
High levels of dirty electricity. That's why we need so many grounding bags. This is a necessity now. This isn't anything more than a necessity, is to get grounded by nature. With the electric cars, we had a colleague that was, and I work with professional athletes, this guy was doing the same, and he was doing blood work for him. He got hired by military special forces to measure their special forces guys. They had 18% lower testosterone for any guy and girl driving an electric car. He threw that in, like, just to throw it in. He had no bearing on what it was going to show. It was the single biggest marker change on his blood reading.
Interesting.
18% lower testosterone. What the batteries do is they're storing electricity. They're giving you the usage of electricity that you're requesting when you're idling, when you're accelerating from 0 to 10, from 10 to 20, from 60 to 80, however fast you drive. And then when you reverse, you're getting so much static because it can't normalize that level. There's got to be static, and you're sitting on top of that. Every home that I've metered with solar, I'm going to divert to 1 second on solar, is off the charts with dirty electricity. But then when you have an electric car and then they plug that Tesla charging unit, if their home doesn't have solar and it's a healthy home, but they have an electric car, it blows out the whole grid of their whole house.
Wow.
Which is crazy. So back to electric cars, 18% lower testosterone, you're sitting on a massive battery. They mine it with coal, cadmium, all these precious minerals. They're using fossil fuels, what we call fossil fuels, to do the mining extraction process, precious minerals. You're using more of the electrical grid that everyone's touting and saying, hey, use less electricity, but they're mandating in California and other places to use electric vehicles and use more of the grid to use you have to use the grid to use the vehicle. It's just, there's no foundation just at all with this. It's complete ignorance and stupidity. And it's a fad. It'll go away at some point. Their industries are already hurting because people can't charge these things fast enough. They're fire hazards. They don't get more fuel efficient when you're using them. And then the health challenges with it, of course. But there's so many. And then the infrastructure is not there to charge up. It takes forever. But if there's half the population lives in multifamily in the U.S., there never will be infrastructure to support this. So this whole concept of electricity supplied vehicles is absolutely ridiculous and should just go away right away.
So quick question about solar. So solar, everybody wants to move towards solar, but say if we were to move off grid, you have to use solar, right? So you're really not getting away from the problem?
Well, if you have the battery and the solar panels on your house, it's going to be really challenging. If you have them further away and you can ground them properly, it's going to be a lot easier. So I would encourage anyone, if you're going to build a home off the grid, at least just avoid putting electricity into the bedrooms. Just don't even wire it for that. And then have the solar and the battery. It's the battery that throws it off.
Okay.
And the panels actually act like a battery, but it's the battery that's really, really disturbing as well, because it's storing that electricity and it's giving you the usage you're requesting. So there's going to be static in the line. So the solar homes that are at meter, that the electric company holds their electricity, not them with a battery in their home. Their homes are healthier.
So interesting. Okay. So I want to have a couple more questions about the bags themselves. And so what you had said was you can put them on your bed. So what I did, or I'm going to tell you what all I did, and you tell me if it's right or not. But I took a bag and I put it kind of between the mattresses at the head. And so it still protects the entire bed. Yes?
Perfect.
And so what about my dogs who are, so maybe they're sleeping on the floor in their beds, you know, a few feet away?
Yeah, so again, that would be the 5 per 2,000 square feet, and that'll help clear them. If you really wanted, you would put one in their bed as well. Like that's what I was wondering. That's the protocol.
Yeah. Okay. And so for our desks, I have them on the desk, like right by the wires under my computer and all, because we have a standing desk, both of us do, and it's sitting kind of under there on the desk. Yeah?
Perfect.
Okay, good.
Perfect. As long as it's touching the desk or your chair, you're good.
Okay, cool. And so then, when I get 2 more, I'll then have 5. So it is just as good to have them all together for the entire 2,000 square feet, right? For that entire space, as it is having it right on my bed and under my desk. Or should you do both?
Both. Start with one, at least one on your bed. If the budget's not there to buy a bunch of them, and we have the best price product, it can add up when you fill a house, husband, wife, kids, pets, all that stuff, cars. So, and we do have, just you buy 10, you get one free. We do have opportunities so you can buy a bundle, but start with at least 1 or 2 on your bed. See how you feel.
Yeah.
And then you could add on to that. But I can assure you, you'll sleep so much better. That deep sleep will improve. And the cumulative effect of you getting, even if you have good sleep, you get 3% deeper sleep every night, and you add that up over 10 years, you're going to put yourself in a much healthier position in the long term.
Yeah. So one of the things, you know, that I think is kind of interesting is, so last year you muscle tested me, and so you have your 5 locations that you muscle test, yes?
4, yeah.
4, okay. Yeah. And those are?
The eyes, yeah. So what we found, Nikki, is that our body battery can lose polarity and get decharged from these extraneous polarizing signals. And in addition to that, we can carry stuck toxicity in our biofield of EMF in our biofield, and that messes with the chemistry of our body. So what we see is the eyes, the teeth, the thymus, and your intestine area get decharged. So what we do is we use the grounding bags as a self-home care protocol to recharge your body battery. It's the only product on the market where you can actually detox your body and your biofield of stuck electromagnetic radiation. So super simple, grab the bag, tap on it. Tap on the bag. Just tapping on it will 10x your energy. Once you tap on it, then let's locally recharge. So we're going to tap with one hand, and then the other hand's going to cover your eyes. And you can do that for 20, 30 seconds. And then you go to the teeth and tap and direct the properties with intent to the teeth. Then the thymus. This is the electrical system for the body. if your thymus is off, you didn't wake up on your energy, you didn't jump out of bed, you get the afternoon fatigue, you get those tired eyes, that's the electrical system being turned off. Let's turn it back down. Thyroid too, you can turn that back on, but let's just stay with the 4 at first, and then let's go to the intestines below your belly button. When you tap with the bag with one hand, the other hand directs it to those areas, or you could cover that area directly with putting your intent to clear that area. You can recharge your body battery and 10x your energy.
Yeah, it's super cool. So last year you muscle tested me, and I think it was my thymus that was off. So I now have 3 bags in my house. Prior to Cellcore, I had 2. So I'm one of those. I'm just kind of building up as I can, right? And this year, though, you muscle tested me, and there were no issues, which is awesome. Yeah. So really cool. I've not done a lot of the tapping. It's a habit that I want to get into. But even if I don't have issues, it's still beneficial to do the tapping. Correct?
Yeah, you can't get enough good, Nikki.
Yeah.
You can't get enough of the good of the resonance of the earth. You can never overdo it. You can't get enough outside. Obviously, you don't want to get sunburn crazy, but you can't get enough good of the resonances of nature into your body to refuel your body.
I've also, and I've not done it in a while, but I need to get back to it, tapped my dogs. I'll take the bag and I'll tap my dogs. So
I love it.
Yeah, cool stuff. Well, I hate to say that we're over a bit. Not that that really matters, because I would just go on forever. But I'm so grateful that you are doing what you're doing and that you're here. You need to, I almost forgot, tell people where to find you and to find your rocks.
Thank you, Nikki. Yes, emfrocks.com. All of our curated health products are also sold on athleticism.com, and we have MCT oil, which it's called lean oil, which helps with the glucose spiking of EMFs, and we have an incredible toothpaste from our sister mine with the minerals just from the earth. Oh. It's called Y Clay toothpaste and Campo Beauty essential oil. So we have some of the most incredible products with the resonance of the earth that you could fuel your body with on athleticism.com.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. I hope that you will, I really hope that you'll share this video, share the podcast when it comes out, because I think that it's missed, and we got to start paying attention to this stuff. And if you're struggling, take the steps to at least start to determine if this is part of your struggle, because so many people just can't get past. They're doing all of the things right, and they just can't get past it. And there's just sometimes there are things that we miss. So, I think this is a really important show. Grateful that you were here. Of course, you can find me at tastelifenutrition.com. You can find us here every Thursday, 10 a.m., streaming live on KUHSdenver.com. And if you ever have questions, thoughts, reach out to me. Of course, reach out to Justin, reach out to any of our guests. That's why we're here. We, again, here to serve, here to give you whatever we can, and here to make, do our best to make make the world a better place, a good place. It's already a good place. Let's just keep upping it a little bit. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Go hug a soldier. They have given us our freedoms. Thank you again, Justin.
Thank you, Nikki.
Okay, we'll see you later. Appreciate it.